All right, Joy. Well, I know we've been kind of going around and around, and thank you so much for doing this. This is my second time interviewing you. I interviewed you like 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, with your last album, and so I'm excited. And since I've last talked to you, you now have 4 kids, and so the first question is, okay, you're doing your schedule. You have 4 kids. One of them is doing a whole lot. So on Celebration Gospel and all those other different stuff. But just how is it balancing your schedule? Because your schedule is bananas.
I think 4 kids and music and my kids are busy. It's not always that easy. It's kind of sometimes hard, and being a wife, being a mother, and then still, being an artist, balancing it all is, it takes a whole family, it takes a team. Definitely, I don't do it on my own. If I sat here and said I did it by myself, I'd be lying to you. So a lot of prayer and a lot of patience, and nothing's always perfect, but there's always something going on, whether someone has to go somewhere or be somewhere, or a house has to be cleaned. I have a 16-month-old, so he's in a high chair eating and running around because he just learned how to walk a couple months ago. So we just do it, and the album is pretty much, it's not anything that anyone hasn't gone through. It's my life, it's my story, it's my family, my marriage, and pain, and God being there throughout my entire every moment of my life. When I wake up and there's like just so much going on, that's how we do it. With God if I didn't have God in my life, I couldn't do it. But with God in my life, I somehow do it with Him.
All right. Kudos and props to you. So the album is definitely more on the CCM side. A couple of EDM type tracks on there, but and I loved your urban stuff, but I really like the transition as well. So, what made you make this transition to more of the CCM?
I love. I mean, first of all, my husband's Rodney Jerkins, so
Right.
I mean, what can I say? He's my husband. He's my my best friend. He's my producer. So I mean, in my heart, I love soul. I love soulful music. I love music that is going to touch people in all kinds of ways. But for me, I love all kinds of music. So I do love CCM music. I love more gospel music. I have a little bit of everything in me. But this particular album, when we were our marriage was going through we were going through stuff in our marriage, lyrically and melodically, it just felt like it wasn't about the type of album, like, oh, we're gonna make a gospel album, we're gonna make a CCM album. We just wanted to be like an album that was going to reflect what we've been through in our life. And that when the songs were written and the lyrics were written and the melodies were there, when he did the track, it was finally
when
uh,
when I did the track,
You?
me, not her, me.
when I did the, did I say I? Did I say me?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean me. I meant you. Rodney.
Pleasure to meet you.
There's
All
a
right,
way.
man.
We're live.
How's it going?
I'm good. I'm good. Your jump shot still good?
My jump shot. I'm working on it. It's getting better every day.
Okay, yeah, I see you on Instagram showing off a little bit.
Working hard on it.
All right.
Is she telling you how I hurt her?
Huh?
She telling you how I hurt you?
I didn't know you hurt me.
I didn't hurt you?
When did you hurt me?
She telling you about the pain she experienced, all the stuff I put her through?
Oh, I hadn't gotten there yet.
Okay, she wants, because
No,
that's
I
where all
didn't
these
say that.
that's where all these songs are birthed from the trouble that I caused in our marriage.
What?
And how
No.
God has redeemed us and brought forgiveness.
He asked me how we ended up going CCM and not gospel in this album.
Hey, I'm glad you asked her
You
that.
went all deep.
Hey, listen, I'm glad you asked her
Because
that.
you want to put all stuff out there.
No, I'm glad you asked her that, because I told her, that she has more of a gospel character in her voice. It's more soulful.
Yeah.
but you know, it's also hard to get accepted in the gospel world as well as it's tough both ways. You know what I mean? So what we really just want to do is just try to make good music.
Gotcha.
That's really what it really is, you know, really what it is. And we have like gospel songs sitting in the can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, can't wait for y'all to put those out too. But man, listen, I've seen and watched people in the gospel industry or try to break in, and I know, you know, you have to deal with the gatekeepers and stuff like that, and just
imagine how hard it is for a Mexican to go to break in.
Mexican
American Mexican, whatever we want to call it. It's hard.
I'm
it's
a
no
person.
Joke. I know, but
Mexicans'
it's hard.
lives matter.
And no, but
that's right.
Hello.
It's hard.
Okay.
It's tough. He knows what I'm talking about. It's tough.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
Here. And it's tough in the CCM market if you're not from Nashville.
Oh yeah, because you got to be there. You got to be there all the time.
But we trust gatekeepers. We trust God in His favor that He'll do what He needs to do, because at the end of the day He knows what this project not only means to us, but what it'll mean to other people who go through things and how it'll encourage. So we just trust God and He'll open up the doors.
All right. Well, wow. So Joy, you know, I always wondered, like, I pegged you as a soprano, but are you soprano, alto? Which one are you?
He said I'm both, I guess.
Are you both?
He said I'm naturally a soprano, but you know, I like going down, I like going up. I don't hold back. I don't try to be comfortable, and that's what we've kind of also taught my daughter, Heavenly. You know, we help with her range, and she's so young, and it's kind of don't be comfortable and be able to go wherever you want to go, because sometimes as a singer, whatever you feel, when you hear something inside your head, you want to be able to hit it. So, you know, I kind of just practice being able to hit what I hear. If I feel it, I want to be able to hit it. So
got you. Because like this album, I was like, man, she is going down that low register, and I was like, man, I saw your range to me is just extended. I hear your high register, but like this album, I was like, man, listen to this, man, and it's good.
I was also pregnant too. My husband said when I'm pregnant that I have like I've been pregnant with my son. He said when I'm pregnant, like I tap into like my really low register. So that's probably why too.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So he kind of answered my question, but you know, your husband being a super producer and versatile, and he showed his versatility, but he also just being smart and enlisting, you know, the right people to help out in the whole process. So just tell me about just the process of recording this album.
The process of this album, to be honest, we have a studio here in our home, and I was literally pregnant with my fourth child when we did this album, and we had come so far, Rodney and I, in our marriage, and we were so just thankful to God for what He's brought us through, and that we hadn't give up. We didn't give up on our marriage. We didn't give in into anything. God held our heads up every single night, pretty much, for a good couple of months. While I was pregnant, I would go into the studio, and it'd be like around 9:30 or 10 after I put my kids to bed, the three that were here already, and then being pregnant, we go in the studio, and we just like would work till maybe 2, 3 in the morning, and we'd have the writers come down, and we would sit with the writers, and Rodney would talk with the writers, and I had an amazing writer on this album, Kirby, that wrote a lot of these songs with me, and I just gave her my heart, and I told Rodney I would give him my heart and say, this is what I want to sing about, this is what I want to, what I want the world to hear, and then every night we would go in the studio and we would record, and it was just quiet, and it was very tranquil, and because the kids weren't up screaming and yelling and stuff, but we were able to accomplish those moments, and I think we got to have a lot of restoration in those times. My husband and I going in the studio late at night, and we were able to just really hear God's voice.
Amen. Well, this is
Yeah.
awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
So, which song? I know you probably get questions like this, but which song did you find the easiest to write or record, and which one did you find the most difficult?
Okay. The most easiest I would have to say is The Call, which is I call on Jesus. I call on Jesus. That was probably the easiest. I don't know how many takes it took, but Rodney would know. But to be honest, the harder ones, the ones that are the most time consuming, are those up tempos. Those like wonderful.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, those are the ones, because I love ballads. Easy. Shelter comes easy to me. Walking on Water, those are easy. But then he throws like a song like Wonderful in the mix, or Imagine That. Those are a little more, because like they're, you know, we have to do all these harmonies, and it's just, they are harder. Those become a little harder to me, I have to say.
All right. Then I imagine that. That's a fun song. I love that song.
Yeah.
I'll be playing it in my classroom. You know, I teach as well, so I'll definitely play that. I play it tomorrow. You know, yeah. I'll do it. I'll do it through several class periods, and I know the kids love it. And this is the public school now. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
So we love. Good.
Yeah. So I'll definitely play it. And I can't. Y'all made a video for Imagine That, correct? Because I think I saw that on Instagram.
Not yet. We are about to. We have videos for. Do you Imagine That? Oh, my daughter. She
That's right.
Yeah, Heavenly made her own little video with her friends, but we have to shoot a video for that one. Yeah.
The funniest thing was watching your younger daughter come in and watching her dance, doing the whip and the nae nae.
Yeah. Was she?
Yeah, she was trying. She was trying.
It's an interpretive nae nae.
Yeah. She did her own interpretation. So
yes.
What, just, and I always want to know, you know, it's always good to have people that are in mainstream and involved in mainstream and know people in mainstream. How are you able to just to you know, be a witness in this industry, you know, the mainstream industry, be a witness and to let your light shine?
I think that loving people and meeting people just where they are. I don't think we're here to condemn people or to put people down or to judge them. So we try to just love and be caring and be good listeners to friends of ours that are in the industry that might not be Christians, or you know, be walking a different path than we are. And we just try to always be there. We're by far not perfect, and so all we try to do is let them see the Jesus that lives in us, and hopefully then when we have an opportunity, when something arises in their life, that they will come to us or we'll come to them to be able to pray with them and then share Jesus and how Jesus can be, you know, the one that can get them from A to Z pretty much. And when they're hurting and in pain, that they are friends, they always know that Rodney or myself, that we're a shoulder to lean on, because we call on somebody so much greater. We call they all of our friends do know that we're Christians. Yeah. Like Rodney was with Justin Bieber for a while, and he spent some good time with him, and Rodney went traveling with him, and that's what a good, I think, you know, when we're Christians, that's what we have to be, a brother to our friends, and just be a good friend and a loving friend, and then that's when people see the Jesus, and that's when we can shine.
You know, it's funny. It's funny today doing my sixth period class, I started playing Sorry. And so, and some of the boys were like, oh no. And so then I talked to them and I said, you know, the guy, he's changing. And, you know, and I told him the story of how he got baptized in Tyson Chandler's bathtub. You know, that's what Carl Lenz was talking about. So, you know, so we were able to kind of talk about how the guys were changing, you know, how he was changing and stuff. So it's funny that y'all mentioned him, you know, so, but, you know, just being the album, it's great, and I'm hoping that it catches on big time in the CCM, but just for people, period. I always, you know, you have your place. I bought all your singles from the reality show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did, yeah, because I've been waiting for I'm gonna make it for a long time, and then once it was released, I was like, I gotta have that. So,
Oh, thank you.
oh yeah, for real. But just pardon, I'm not gonna hold you long, but family, and just tell us just how much family and your marriage means to you. I know you talked about y'all went through, and I thank y'all for being candid and honest. But just tell us how what family means to you.
I think family means to me just such a unity that when we're all in one accord as a family, my husband, myself, my children, I work with my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, all of us, when we're all like working together for a purpose, for God's purpose and his purpose, and we're getting along and we're going down the right path, then I know that we can do anything, anything we put our mind to, and I really know that we could do anything that God puts in our heart. But when family is like disconnected and it's just hard to enjoy the blessings that God has, or to even walk into those blessings. So I know for myself that God intended for what he has for us and the blessings he has for us, that it's with the family, it's with our family, with my husband and my children, and all of us walking in Christ, with Christ, and doing his will. So family is very important to me because we all work together as a unit, and we want to do God's will and his purpose.
No doubt. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate you doing this with us. Y'all amazing. I really admire y'all so much. So thank you so much.